Every fall, the same thing happens. You open YouTube, you scroll through Instagram, and suddenly everyone is telling you to build a capsule wardrobe. And don't get me wrong, capsule wardrobes sound great in theory. Minimal, streamlined, fewer decisions in the morning. But here's the problem, they're usually boring. Beige blazers, skinny jeans, and a white tee. Rinse and repeat. Capsule wardrobes are generic. They don't take into account your personal style, body type, or wardrobe color palette. And those things, they matter. They're what separate an outfit that feels awkward and off from one that feels like you. So today I want to give you something better. The only 10 fall essentials you'll ever need. Not because I think your closet should look exactly like mine, but because these categories give you a strong backbone. Then you get to do the fun part. You fill them in with nuance. Your body, your colors, your life. So let's get into it. So without further ado, let's dive in. First things first, let's get rid of the capsule wardrobe myth. Capsules are built around minimalism and universality, but the truth is, there's no such thing as a universal wardrobe. Fashion doesn't live in a vacuum. It's not ChatGPT generated. It lives on your body, in your climate, and in the context of your life. A generic capsule wardrobe is like throwing all your money into one boring index fund. Safe, predictable, but it doesn't reflect you. A truly effective wardrobe is more like a smart, diversified investment portfolio, tailored to your needs, your risk tolerance, and your goals. That's the difference between looking generically put together and looking like the best version of yourself. A blazer that looks incredible on someone with sharp, dramatic lines might look stiff on someone softer and more romantic. A perfect beige trench might make one person glow and completely wash out someone else. And then there are the three style words by the iconic Alison Bornstein: cozy, edgy, intellectual, minimal, romantic. Whatever they are, they change everything. So don't think of these essentials as a capsule. Think of them as categories. Each one is flexible, adaptable, and personal. You're going to make them yours. Let's start with number one, the cotton jacket or coat. Fall weather is unpredictable. Sometimes it's sunny and 70, sometimes it's freezing by 5 p.m. Cotton is breathable, comfortable, and perfect for that in between weather. This category can look so many different ways. It could be a denim jacket, cropped and fitted if you love polish, oversized if you lean more relaxed. A utility coat, cinched at the waist for a more feminine touch, or boxy and straight for that Scandinavian minimalism. Or the timeless trench coat, cropped for a modern edge, or long and dramatic for that sweeping cinematic energy. The key here is choosing the silhouette that works with your proportions. Cropped cuts emphasize the waist and work beautifully if you're petite. Longer coats create drama and vertical lines if you're taller. Same category, different outcome depending on who you are. If you're someone who runs warm, cotton is amazing because it doesn't trap heat the way synthetics do. And unlike polyester blends, a cotton jacket actually gets better with wear. It softens, molds to your body, and feels lived in. When you're shopping, pay attention to the little details: the buttons, the stitching, the collar. Those are the details that separate a jacket you tolerate from one that feels like your signature piece. Up next, wool. This is essential number two. If cotton is about transition, wool is about real fall. The kind of weather where you need actual insulation, but you still want to look chic. Now, what kind of wool coat you need depends on two things: where you live and your color season. If fall is mild for you, a cropped wool jacket is enough. Something boxy, maybe in navy or camel, but if your fall leans cold, go long. A tailored coat that covers you, maybe belted at the waist or double breasted for structure. Color matters too. A winter type glows in black or charcoal, an autumn type camel, olive, rust. Springs look beautiful in lighter neutrals, soft camel, beige, even pastel wool. And then there's texture. Boiled wool for minimal sharpness, brushed wool for softness and coziness. Even details like the neckline shift the vibe. A sharp lapel says authority, a funnel neck says modern chic, buttons versus belt changes everything. Wool coats aren't generic, they're deeply personal. And here's another tip. If you wear a lot of chunky scarves, avoid high neck coats that make layering bulky. If you love jewelry, choose a coat with a more open neckline so your necklace shows. And when it comes to silhouette, a super heavy structured wool might drown a petite frame, while a softer drapier wool flatters curves and creates movement. Meanwhile, someone with sharp lines can totally own a strong, structured wool silhouette. And don't forget, tailoring is your best friend. A wool coat with sleeves just a hair too long can make you feel frumpy, but hem them to the perfect spot and suddenly you're polished and intentional. Number three, the raincoat. This is one of those pieces that's easy to overlook until the weather ruins your day. But a good raincoat is a lifesaver. You can go long and dramatic like a trench with a waterproof finish, or short and sporty in a bright rubberized fabric. Matte for minimalism, glossy for drama, and unlike your wool or cotton coats, this is a place to play with color. Navy, hunter green, mustard yellow, cherry red, or even a subtle pattern. Because when it's pouring outside, a little personality goes a long way. If you're dramatic, straight silhouettes with minimal detail look chic. If you're more romantic, belted styles add softness and curve. And don't underestimate color. A cherry red raincoat on a gray day isn't just practical, it's mood boosting. A small but powerful tip: if you wear a lot of dark clothing, try a raincoat in a brighter color. It doesn't have to be neon, but even a deep burgundy, mustard, or olive can break up the monotony and keep you from feeling drab on a rainy day. And for silhouettes, think about your lifestyle. If you're commuting and need a layer under a backpack, look for a slightly oversized cut. If you're mostly walking short distances and care about polish, a belted waterproof trench might be perfect. Number four, the leather jacket. Leather is magic in fall. It has structure, shine, and a bit of rebellion baked into it. And the beauty is, it adapts. If your style leans more edgy, you should go for a classic black moto. If it's dramatic, maybe a long trench in burgundy. If it's minimal, a cropped cream blazer. Leather balances cozy textures like wool and knits. It makes soft fabrics look intentional and polished. And honestly, it just gets better with age. The scuff, the patina, the creases, they make it yours. If you thrift, look for worn in leather that already has character. If you buy new, minimal styles can feel polished and versatile. Color matters too. Black is classic, but cognac, burgundy, or even deep green can feel just as wearable and much more unique. And when it comes to texture play, you can choose between a traditional leather jacket or a suede jacket or coat for additional visual interest and dimensionality. Number five, tops. This one sounds obvious, but it's actually where a lot of people go wrong. The temptation is to buy five of the same sweater in neutral colors. But the truth is, tops need to reflect your lifestyle and your personal style. Think about necklines: a thin turtleneck for layering, a v neck for elongation, a crew neck for preppy polish. Think about fabrics: cotton for breathability, silk for elegance, wool for warmth. Think about silhouette: oversized for cozy ease, fitted for sharpness. The trick is not to buy generics. Buy tops that align with your style words. If you're dramatic, lean into bold cuts. If you're romantic, choose soft draping knits. If you're natural, keep it easy and unstructured. If you're layering, thin knits and button downs give you more versatility. If you run cold, thermal fabrics or merino wool might be your best friend. And always consider your body type. Gamines shine in cropped sweaters, dramatics glow in longer, clean lines, and romantics look best in draping or fitted knits. Number six, bottoms. This is where proportion play really comes in. High rise, low rise, wide leg, boot cut, skinny. They all work depending on how you balance your body. Fabric choice is key for fall. Heavy cotton twill, corduroy, dark denim, wool trousers. And don't be afraid of color here. Gray wool pants or brown cords can do so much more for your outfits than basic blue jeans. And it's not just pants. Fall is also the season for skirts. A-line wool skirts, knee-length tweeds, or even pleated styles can give you warmth while still letting you layer with tights and boots. Pencil skirts read sharp and professional, while softer flared cuts feel more romantic or preppy. The key is to match the silhouette to your proportions and your shoes. If you're curvier, boot cut and straight length trousers or A-line skirts can balance proportions. If you're long and lean, wide leg trousers or midi skirts add drama. If you're petite, cropped pants or longer skirts can sometimes cut your line, unless you pair them with pointed shoes or boots that extend the leg. Bottoms are the backbone of your outfits, and the right shape can change everything. Number seven, high quality footwear. This is the most important category because if your feet aren't warm and dry, you're miserable. Period. The rule is simple: have one functional shoe and one elevated shoe. The functional one protects you: Gore Tex boots, rain ready sneakers, something you can actually live in. The elevated one polishes your outfit. Maybe leather loafers, suede ankle boots, pointed toe heels. And here's my pro tip: when you shop for shoes, wear your most worn bottoms, because a boot that looks amazing on the shelf might completely clash with your trousers or skirts you wear every day. Proportions matter. And don't forget to check the soles. A gorgeous suede boot with a paper thin sole won't actually carry you through a wet, leaf covered sidewalk. A rubber sole or even a small tread makes a huge difference. Next up, we have accessories. This is where your wardrobe stops being generic and starts being yours. Sunglasses, jewelry, belts, purses, scarves, umbrellas. This is where you inject color, play with texture, or add a little personality. A bold scarf with a neutral coat, a vintage belt with a sweater dress, earrings that catch the light. Accessories don't just decorate an outfit, they anchor it. They're the detail that makes someone look twice. If your wardrobe is mostly neutral, accessories can bring color. If your wardrobe is bold, accessories can tone it down. And this is where heirlooms or sentimental pieces really shine. They tell your story, not just your style. And accessories don't need to be expensive. A vintage scarf from a thrift store can completely transform a neutral coat. A bold pair of sunglasses can carry even the simplest outfits. Think of accessories like punctuation. A belt is the period at the end of your outfit. A scarf is the exclamation point. Jewelry is the comma that makes everything flow. Now let's talk about purses because they're more than just practical, they're deeply tied to silhouette. If you're a dramatic or a flamboyant natural in the Kibbe system, structured, oversized bags or sharp, angular totes look harmonious with your lines. Romantics and soft classics shine with smaller, rounder silhouettes. Think soft clutches, curved satchels, or mini crossbodies. Gamines do best with playful proportions, boxy minis, quirky shapes, or bold textures that don't overwhelm their frame. Classics can balance medium sized, timeless purses with clean lines. Texture plays just as big of a role. A glossy patent leather purse adds edge. A suede crossbody feels casual and autumnal. Quilted textures read polished and elegant, and woven or canvas totes bring in a relaxed, natural vibe. Your purse doesn't just carry stuff, it carries your outfit's energy. Choosing the right shape and texture makes everything click into place. Last but not least, we have confidence and self love. Clothes are supposed to support your life, not control it. You should be able to grab coffee, see friends, go to work, and actually live in your clothes. If you're uncomfortable, you're distracted. And if you're distracted, you're not confident. So choose pieces that feel like you, that let you move through your day without fussing. Because the truth is, confidence is the most important accessory you'll ever own. Something I always remind myself is nobody else is analyzing your outfit as hard as you are. They're not noticing if your sweater is 2 seasons old or if your jeans are from the sale rack. What they notice is how you carry yourself. So instead of stressing about being perfect, aim for clothes that let you forget about yourself so that you can focus on the people you're with, the work you're doing, and the life you're living. So there you have it, the only fall essentials you'll ever need. Not because they're the same for everyone, but because they're categories you can personalize. And this video is supposed to serve as a foundation and a jumping off point. There's so much more nuance and detail I could add to each section of this video, but then it would be probably hours long. So let me know if you want me to break it down into a further series. If you found this helpful, make sure to subscribe because I'll be doing more deep dives into fall fashion, character wardrobes, and how to dress for your unique style. And I want to know in the comments which of these essentials do you already own and which one are you most excited to find this fall. Thank you so much for watching and sticking around for the entire video. Please make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!